What is going on, everybody? I hope you all are having a great day. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the fuel pump on your Ford Crown Vic the quickest and easiest way possible. Now the candidate for this procedure today is going to be my 2004 Crown Vic Police Interceptor. As you can see, I have her up on the jack stands already. I have the rear passenger tire off because there's a sensor over here that we need to get to. And it allows a lot more light in here, allows you to see what you're working on easier because our fuel tank is right there. That beast. And what I'll do now is crawl under and just give you guys a little bit better view of what we'll be working on and where the fuel pump actually is located. So let me get under there now. It is super tricky to film under here, but I'm gonna try my best to show you guys what's going on. So this is what we're gonna be working on today. This is our fuel pump sending unit, and our fuel pump is attached to the sending unit, so that will all come out in one piece. And what we will need to do to get our sending unit out of there is remove this one fuel line right here, and then our wiring harness goes to one connector to the left of the gas tank and to the main connector right here. But before I start disconnecting connectors and disconnecting the fuel line, what I'm going to do is work on this exhaust. Because as you can see, it is right in front of the sender and we will not be able to remove it with the exhaust there. So I'm going to disconnect the hangers and move the whole pipe to the left. But I'm going to get in a better position now and show you what you got to do to move your pipe, because that's the next step, and then we can get to our sending unit. I also wanted to mention that this is going to be the same process for all Crown Vics 2003 and up. And I'm also pretty sure that's the same for Grand Marquis 2003 and up. But back onto the exhaust, most of you will have an exhaust hanger in the back here, but mine is snapped. That is why my exhaust is just bouncing around back here. But the rear hanger is right in this area. And the one hanger that I have that we have to take off next is this guy in here. It is super crusty and probably going to be a pain in the butt to get off, but I'm going to get some screwdrivers and start working at this now. There it goes, finally. There we go. Nice. So our hanger is off and I twist it around, so now our entire exhaust is just hanging here. And there's definitely enough room now to move it out of the way and get our sending unit out of the tank. Cool beans. The next thing I'm going to do is disconnect one of our electrical connectors. Now this is the harder of the two because, as you can see, it is tucked right up against the floor. And you can't even see the tab that you have to push on to pull it off. That's it right there. You can see it. It's a sensor with a connector, and we have to disconnect the connector. But luckily, I have the whole sending unit out of a rig from the junkyard. And this is helpful because it allows us to see the top of the connector. And this is what it looks like. You have to push down on the back here, and it lifts the front. Push here, lifts the front, and you can just slide it off. So what we're going to have to do is get a pick and pull down this a little bit. If you pull down here, you get a little bit of wiggle room to get something above the connector, and we're going to push down with the pick and try to yank it off. And I don't know how well I'll be able to film that, obviously, because you can only really get like one or two hands in there, but I'll freaking do my best. Got it. Nice. So what I did that worked the best actually was just a straight pick. I'll show them on this one. I was trying to use like a 90 for the longest time and just push down the top, but it was not working. So what I did was got a straight pick and I put it in the side and put it right up on top of it. Just jammed it up in there on top. This one obviously doesn't go because I kind of worked her to get her in there. But a straight pick in the side. Then I was able to push down and open it up and it came off. Cool beans. We are back under the rig to disconnect our final electrical connector. This one is definitely easier to do than the one we just did. And this is normally tucked up underneath this cross member here, but you can just pull it out and pull it down to make it easier to get to. And if you get a little flat screwdriver and just push the tab down, this one's a little bit easier, I think. Let's see if you can get it. Nice. Just like that. Now all we have left is our fuel line. In order to disconnect your fuel line, you are going to need a fuel line disconnect tool. This is what it looks like. Just slides over the line and goes in there and you can work it off. And you can get this at any parts store, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and I'm pretty sure you can even get a set at Harbor Freight. Oh, that dumped a lot of fuel on me. Whoops! So note to self, guys, it may dump a bunch of fuel on you. But now that we have that off, let me get this tool off there so it doesn't fall on my face. The last thing we have to do before our sending unit can come out is take off our 6 bolts here. Then the whole unit should just come right out. I have 1 bolt left in, holding everything together, because I think once I take that last one out, the unit's literally just going to fall out. And what I've done is pull down all my wiring, so once that bolt is out and the unit's ready to come out, I can just pull it right out of there and get our new pump in. Trying to sneak by this exhaust. Oh, this is super tricky, but I'm trying my best. She is coming down. Kinda. And there it is. Put the wiring down. And there is the entire unit. Ooh. Ooh, we can fuel. Mint. Here are our two sending units. This is the one that we just took out with a bad fuel pump. And this is the new one that's going to be going in. Like I said, I did get this from a junkyard, but I tested it and I know the pump works. Now I'm putting the whole sending unit in because it's easier, but I'm sure a lot of you guys are only going to be replacing your pump because it's a lot cheaper. And that's not too hard to swap out. You'll keep your whole bracket, obviously, the sending unit itself, but you'll just put a new pump in. And that entails taking off your one clamp here, then removing the fuel hose at the top, and then just one electrical connector. So it's not too bad, not too hard of a job just to change out the pump. But I'm gonna put my whole sending unit in, and I'm gonna crawl under there and toss it in now. I just connected our final electrical connector, and I'm going to leave the exhaust hanging because I don't need to put it back up in the hanger to start this beast. So I think it is time for the moment of truth. I'm going to hop in her, give it a crank, and let's hope she fires. If it doesn't, I'm going to be bummed out. So I'm going to prime it a couple times because there's going to be no fuel in the lines. Ooh, I heard the pump, I heard the pump. Another prime. All right, let's start her. Nice. Old blue's all fixed. I am super happy to have this beast running again. There's going to be more shenanigans and big burnouts with this unit soon, but this is where we're going to wrap this video. There is no need to show you me rehanging the exhaust and neatening things up with zip ties. But I hope this video can help you, and make sure to leave a comment, leave a like, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!